Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about the Toguard dash cam, which is just an awesome little camera. I review a lot of little pieces of gear, and I got to tell you, I've not scratched the surface of everything that this piece of gear will do, but it's about a $45 little dash cam that shoots better quality video than I was expecting. You just hook it to your dashboard. It plugs in with a USB cord into your cigarette lighter thing or whatever your lighter in the car. And then it just comes on. When you turn your ignition on, it comes on, it starts recording. And it records very good video. I've tried it over a course of about 3 days. It shoots well in rain. It shoots well in changing light. The only problem you're gonna have, of course, is if you're headed like west into the sun, and if there's any light that's gonna blind you, it will blind the camera. Don't blame the camera on that, blame that on the physics of light. It has like a forward collision monitoring system, which I've not tried. Forward collision warning system, FCWS, that I've not had a chance to set up and try. It gives you some pretty good instructions as to how to set this up, how to frame everything correctly. It can give you warnings if you're going out of your lane. It has a super long cord that comes with it that connects into the lighter socket and then goes to the camera. And I wondered when I first pulled it out, why is the thing so long? Well, because a lot of people might want to use this in their rear window and or as a parking camera. So it's also set up as a parking camera, and of course it tells that if you go to the Amazon page and you look at the description for it. I think the video is very good. It's motion JPEG, it's MJPEG, it's not AVC HD or something. You don't want to try to comparing this to like a GoPro Hero 4, that shoots at a much higher bit rate. I mean, just so you'll know, it shoots at roughly 17.5 megs per second, which is still respectable. Most of your GoPros shoot at 30 megs a second. That's why you're going to get a little better quality. But with a GoPro, if you're going to use that as a dash cam, it doesn't automatically come on for you when you start it up. This is more designed to be what you want it to be for a dash cam. And so I've got to say, I'm giving this very much thumbs up. I even went out and shot some video with it just around in my yard. Just to see what it looks like, and it does really, really well even for that. You could even blog with it. The audio records at a 48 kilohertz sample rate. It is mono, so it could be really good audio, but the microphone that's on this is not really great, so it's not great audio. You'd want to take an audio recorder and match the audio up this, but this does record audio. It just doesn't sound great. Again, doesn't have to. One of the things I think is cool is if you ever have what they call an incident, it makes an incident folder. In other words, if you bump into something, if you have a really quick change in speed, if you have to swerve real fast, if anything darts right out in front of you, it makes an extra folder and it saves that data, that special video inside that, and it knows to give you about 25 seconds before and about 25 seconds after. I mean, I did this because I was cleaning my windshield. I found this out. I was cleaning my windshield because I was afraid that the windshield was too dirty for it to see out of, and I bumped the unit, and so it made the emergent folder, and it put that in there. So I found out how that worked that way. All in all, I got to say, really nice dash cam for 45 bucks. And I would think that anytime you're driving, you ought to have this. I'll tell you where I think I run into my biggest danger for having an accident is in parking lots. Today I was at Walmart. People were going every which way. People coming out in front of you. People ignoring a four-way stop, rules of right-of-way and all that. I would think definitely if you're moving through parking lots a lot, it'd be good to have one of these on there. But I felt better about having it in my car, and I put it in my truck today also. I will say this, not every lighter works with it. In my Honda Civic, when it turns this on and off, every time I crank the car up, it turns this on. When I turn the car off, it waits about 5 seconds and it turns off the camera. My old 1998 F-150 was not a lighter that is designed to do that, and it will even tell you in the advertisement or the description on the web page, on Amazon's web page, that it does have to be a kind of a modern lighter that turns on and off when you turn it out. I noticed in my F-150 when I went driving in this, even when I'd stop and turn it off, it would still record. So there you go. Does it work as a webcam? Yeah, I think it would work well as a webcam. I hooked it up to my Mac. My Mac recognized it right away. I got a screen capture that just to show you, the kind of quality you get as a webcam, which I think is very good. I mean, it's maybe a little less quality than my Logitech, but not even much less quality than that. Just know that motion JPEG is going to block out, make the skies look very blocky and everything. And that's because MJPEG is trying to pull all the data into where the detail is. So that's normal for MJPEG, you know, but let's face it, for a driving cam, sky is not important, is it? It's what's on the road. And that's what's really cool. If you stop action in any of these frames, you can actually read pretty much anything that's going on there. I've tested it, pulled it into Adobe Premiere. I did some stop action on things. You can read most of the signs. I would say, can you read, you know, license plates? Most of the time, no, you can't read license plates, but you can get pretty close. You can definitely do your make and model on whatever vehicle is passing you or is going in and out of traffic with you. That's it, folks. I've not tested everything. I've not done the forward camera thing. I've not tried doing the LWS, it's called, lane departure warning system. So there's a whole lot of stuff I haven't had a chance to try with this. But I got to say, for what it is, it delivers, and it's good. And I would say, for what it is, for 45 bucks, I'm giving this one 5 stars. I mean, it's really very excellent little dash cam. And at that price, you could afford to put one in the front and one in the back, for that matter, and use it maybe for a parking system. I don't know how you'd use it for a parking, like a rear parking, unless you actually stuck it outside your car, though. That's something I don't understand. I mean, maybe if you're in a minivan or something where the glass comes up basically to where your bumper does, but you know, for me, the back of my Honda, probably not. But yeah, the cable that comes with it, gee whiz, that thing must be 15, 20 feet long. It's massively long. I haven't gone out and pulled it out and measured it, but super long cable. I didn't realize a USB cable would go that far. Like I say, battery is inside there. When you plug it up to your computer, it charges. It would not recognize this plugging up to get data off with my Mac, but it did with the PC. I still just pulled the card out. It uses a regular, I've got a 64 gig card in here. I don't know what it says is the max that you can put in it. I will say this, I drove like 2.5 hours and it only used, I don't know, 20 gigs. So you could put a 60 gig card in here and you wouldn't have to go retrieve your data for 3 days. And I assume, I've not tried this yet, but I assume that when you go, you start to fill the card up, it turns around, it starts writing over what you've had. So you'd want to, if you want to keep that data, you'd want to probably offload it every couple of days. If you're just driving back and forth to work 30 minutes or whatever, it may last you a whole week, week and a half. I don't know. I just did actually some pretty decent road trips with it. Again, performs really well, decent video. Toguard, I like it. Here are some more stats and everything on it. Go to the website and read about it, and you'll learn more than what I'm telling you here. Just here to tell you, I think it's cool. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.